Hello, this is MattiAce, and in this video I'm going to talk about the Halberd, which is a secondary armor-piercing anti-vehicle weapon that you can put on any main battle tank in Planetside 2. A direct hit with the Halberd will deal 1500 damage. The splash damage it does is 750 to any target that is 1 meter away or closer. So now whatever splash damage you have outside of that 1 meter range I'm actually uncertain of, but I would say that the Halberd is a weapon where you need to try to get direct hits with. It is not a weapon that you can rely on splash damage. Now, I started using the Halberd quite a long time ago, and it used to have a lot more drops than what you see here. And what other changes has been made throughout the patches I'm not really sure about, but it has always been one of my favorite gunner weapon. Now the muzzle velocity of the Halberd is 275 meters per second, and this is a bit faster than most of the primaries of any of the main battle tanks in Planetside 2. And I think it's only the armor-piercing rounds of the Vanguard that can actually match the Halberd with the exact same muzzle velocity, if my information is correct. Now lately I have had a hard time deciding what secondary I actually prefer. I have been playing around a little bit with the Saron still after the nerf, and in many situations I prefer that one instead of the Halberd. And for the Prowler I sometimes try out the Vulcan with mixed results, I have to say. And when it comes to the Vanguard, I have yet to try out the new version of the Enforcer. I had plans on doing that earlier, but it just didn't happen. And when I have some footage of that, I will try to give you as best of a review as I can.
Смотри сколько. Давай, 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 больше.
Нету.
Oh, the irony.
Enemy transport vehicle in the area.
Yeah, it's all those freaking heavies dealt with, sure.
Visual on hostile engineer.
Max is shooting us with scatter cannon.
Turret A, red cavern barrel.
We've got a hostile map
Yeah,
in the
thank
area.
God.
I'm trying to shoot
Hostile
him.
maps identified.
Yeah, he's
Nice.
jumping and jumping.
Enemy max spotted.
Preparing.
Enemy
No one is
engineer
there.
in the area.
Matti, lock on, heavy, up on the landing pad.
Oh yeah, wait, see if I can take him.
Are you also
I got him.
Nice.
And one of the things that is a very big and deciding factor when you're gunning is your teamwork with your tank driver. Now sometimes this comes very natural and sometimes this is something you have to work on. But one of the things that I realized with the Halberd when I was using it on a Magrider, aside from the massive amount of lags that we're experiencing right now, is that the strength of the Magrider is its strafing capability, and it is one of the most important things for your tanker to handle and to do right. But it also makes it really hard to hit with the Halberd, at least compared to the Vanguard and the Prowler. Now being that the Saron has 6 shots and that it is a little bit easier to hit your target with, there are many situations where I prefer that one over the Halberd, but it's very situational. And it is also a very close call, at least for me at this point in time. And here's one of those situations where, had I been in a Prowler or a Vanguard, I'm pretty sure I would have hit these shots, but with those different movements that you have in the Magrider, it just throws me off, and it's enough that it throws you off with just a few pixels and you will actually miss.
Sure, can you type the address? You know it by heart, I think.
ID on an enemy Sunderer.
But Sunderer?
Visual on hostile Sunderer.
We need an NG up
Enemy
here. No, we
Sunderer
don't. We have
spotted.
one. Never mind.
Prowler, red Prowler below?
Visual on hostile Sunderer.
Now lately the game has been so incredibly laggy that it's been almost unplayable. And I just want to show you this. This is so bad. It's actually funny to watch. And this is what happens when I try to play with less than 30 frames per second, which is what I get when I'm trying to record in a situation like this. I really hope SWE will fix this as soon as possible, because there's been a lot of people complaining about the lags the last couple of weeks. And I wouldn't be surprised if some people actually, at least temporarily, quit playing the game until this is resolved. Now the thing that I really like about the Halberd is that it is very much a player-based weapon. It is an armor-piercing anti-vehicle weapon by definition, and if you are using it to something else, like shooting infantry or aircraft or some such, it is really up to you to hit the targets, and you're not going to get any free kills, or very few free kills. Now, as I've been following the debates and discussions about the different weapons, different weapon types and some such, there is a lot of people that dislike weapons that have multi-roles, and a lot of people seem to prefer the idea that weapons should have a very strong primary role and almost no multi-role whatsoever. I'm not really a big supporter of this idea. I prefer weapons to be based on how well you handle the weapon, how well you aim, how well you perform, and of course also situational awareness and putting yourself in the right place at the right time. But still, to have a weapon that is the deciding factor should be how well you perform using it. And I think the Halberd is one of those weapons. There's no denying that it serves its purpose as an anti-vehicle weapon, but as you are in a tank, one of the biggest problems, one of the biggest threats you face is actually infantry players, heavy assaults, light assaults with C4, and also medics can have a C4. And you can sometimes be very defenseless in the tank, and this is something I have experienced from time to time when I was using the Vulcan, is that it's fantastic for its main purpose, which is against tanks when you are close up. But against infantry I am really struggling with it. I've been able to kill a couple of people here and there, don't get me wrong, but I'm doing much better with the Saron and with the Halberd.
Got him. Oh no, you got him. Nice. Actually shoot it from inside.
Lightning spotted!
Hostile max identified.
Oh, they've changed the sound now on the Vulcan. It sounds different. Well, light assault above us, above us, above us.
Oh.
It's almost impossible to hit him.
Enemy medic spotted.
Oh.
Shoot the Liberators, you damage them really hard.
Yeah, but it takes
Eyes
so
on an
fucking...
enemy lightning.
You know what I don't like about this gun is that it's so fucking slow. You have to like start shooting before you see them. Yeah, he's almost dead. Well, back, yeah. Oh fuck.
Now this is a pretty good example of why I don't prefer to have the Vulcan, and why I prefer the Halberd instead, is that even though the Vulcan is fantastic when you are close to an enemy vehicle, it is pretty useless at anything else, and it is very little based on your performance as a player. So if you have a good aim on your target at an infantry like this, doesn't matter as much with this weapon, even though it is actually possible to get kills on these infantry players. I have showed that in a couple of videos before, and about that there is going to be a couple of related videos in the description below this video, where you will see me using the Vulcan and also a few more Halberd videos. And that's the thing about when you're gunning with a Vulcan, is that you have to rely on your driver to take out the infantry players with a primary gun. Now I have been experimenting a little bit in the past with the best ways of actually hitting infantry players with a Vulcan, and I didn't perform as well as I would have hoped, but it wouldn't have made a big difference. So now, the Halberd is definitely a weapon of my choice and a weapon of my liking. I prefer it in most situations over any other gun that I have tried out as a gunner. But this can of course all change with patches and with more experience. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'm going to continue here with a little bit of Vanguard gunning. So that's gonna be all, and bye for now.
See ya!
Harasser
here. Oh, Prowler here.
Enemy heavy tank identified.
I was trying to get behind him,
Enemy
but
has
no.
heavy armor in the area. Visual on hostile heavy armor.
What the fuck? You know what? I'll drop some mines here, I think. Oh, there's one more. There's one more.
Yeah, I see him.
Stay alert. Enemy heavy nearby.
I got him.
So,
Hostile light assault trooper spotted.
Eyes open, enemy heavy. Eyes open, enemy heavy.
Spotted an enemy heavy.
Stay alert, enemy heavy nearby.
Seriously. ammo.
Yeah, one thing about NC on Miller